Well, good afternoon and welcome to AQS Guild Buzz with Bonnie. We do this program every Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and our program is sponsored by Janome America. My guest today is Irene Springer, and Irene is with the New Washington Community Quilters. And tell us where New Washington is.
New Washington is in Crawford County, Ohio. We're about an hour and a half from Lake Erie and Cedar Point. Very small community, about 1,000 people in our little bitty town.
Well, and I know that Anita Shackelford gave me the name of your group because she told me that you had a very active community group. So tell us, first of all, how many members you have, and then how many quilts those members make every year.
We have anywhere from 10 to 14 ladies that come to our meeting once a month. And at the end of the year, we donate over 200 blankets.
Tell us about the meeting, though, because, you know, it isn't just any meeting. You start with what? A little bit of food?
No, well, we have to get there about 8 o'clock, and we set up our tables, and we get quilts ready. Prior to the week before, 2 of us or 3 of us go up and put backings, middles, and tops together so that when the ladies come in, then it's all set. They can start knotting. That's what they do. And then, of course, we take a break for lunch and have a nice potluck lunch.
Right.
And then we've got probably two ladies that sew the edges, around the edges during the day. The other ladies knot. And we get anywhere close to 20 done in a day. It depends on how many girls, but that's what we do once a month.
Wow, so that's a very dedicated group of ladies you have in your group, isn't it?
It is, and they're community people. They're not all from New Washington, but they're from the surrounding area also. And a lot of the ladies work in their homes. They take things home and sew and do things at home.
Well, you told me that you make quilts for a group called My Very Own Blanket. And exactly what is that?
That is a group. It was started by a young lady here from Crawford County. Her passion was to make sure every child in foster care had their very own something, which is a blanket. So she's been working at this now a number of years. Her main office now is in Westerville, Ohio. They have a building there, and their goal for the year last year was 20,000 quilts. And they go to foster children all over. And so we help her out by trying to donate to her too.
And so those quilts then are donated by different guilds and people all across the state of Ohio?
And nationwide. It's become
and nationwide. Okay.
Yes, there are other chapters in other cities also. So now here in Crawford County, when we make them, we keep them in our county. We just take them to the Job and Family Services here in Bucyrus, and then they distribute them here in the county.
Well, tell us some of the other groups that you donate things to.
Salvation Army, Red Cross, Harmony House. Harmony House is a women's shelter. We have taken them to the men's shelter. We do WIC, Women, Infants, and Children. We do Born, which is a local organization. Last year, we did 80 blankets for a local preschool for special needs children. They go all over in the county.
Well, yes, and you certainly cover a lot of territory of helping people, a lot of people in your community, don't you?
We try.
Well, now, what have you been doing as opposed to the virus and the fact that we can't meet in our churches and stuff? How are you coping with that?
A lot of the ladies are working at home. They can come up to the church, pick up supplies, materials, blocks, whatever they need, take it home, then they work on it. If I have some here at the house and somebody needs it, I say, I'll put it in my garage, come and get it. And my passion was when I was stuck in the house, I made these cute little sleep sacks for babies.
Oh, those are they made out of fleece?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
So that's what I did while I couldn't get out and do anything. So I made like 20 of those and took them over to WIC.
Well, and I'm sure that they could use them. That's right. And we're going to take just a minute, Irene, and we're going to have a little word from our sponsor, Janome America.
Hi, I'm Adam Eddy from Eddicrest, and I'm the designer of the Eddicrest Janome exclusive cabinet. This sewing cabinet stands out from every other on the market because it's made out of real wood. So start your next sewing project knowing you can work comfortably in an organized space with the Eddicrest Janome exclusive cabinet.
Well, welcome back. And Irene, I really want you to talk about the founder of your group because she was a very special lady, was she not?
She was a very special lady, yes. My records go back to the early 1990s when I know she started making quilts sometime back at that time. She was a nurse. That was her career. She raised 2 daughters, and after her husband passed away, she said, I need a mission. So she tells us that she laid awake all night one night, praying to God, please tell me, what can I do? And when she woke up, she knew she needed to make warm blankets so everybody would have a nice warm blanket. Her name is Mary Green Barth.
Well, she had a mission and she fulfilled it, did she not? Yes, she certainly did.
And she lived to be 103 years old. She was in an assisted living, and she sewed up until the week she passed away. So she deserves all the credit.
Well, and she certainly laid a good foundation for those of you who are now carrying on that same mission of providing warm blankets for people in your community, isn't she?
She certainly did. Yes, she did.
Yes.
All right, so are there some other things that your guild does that you'd like to share with us?
Well, we don't really do a lot of other things. We have had several, our community does a farmer's market. And last year we auctioned off a couple of quilts to make some money for batting. But other than that, we just pretty much just make warm blankets. That's all we do.
All right, now I know you're working on one there. Can you share with us what you've been working on there at your home?
Sure.
Oh, wow, that's pretty. And plaid to boot, right? Yeah, that's a pretty quilt.
That's what's going on here today. So.
And then are these quilts, do you ever machine quilt any of them, or are they all tied?
They're all tied. We don't machine quilt them. Everything is
Okay.
tied.
Well, and you told me that some of the ladies do cutting and some of them put bindings on, and so you kind of share the load a little bit, don't you?
We do. Everybody has their own thing that they really enjoy doing, and that's what they do. Everybody does a wonderful, dedicated job.
Well, do you know, here at AQS, we are not able to do our fall shows. We've canceled our show at Lancaster at the Nook, the September dates for the Paducah show, Grand Rapids, and our Charleston show. But that doesn't mean that we haven't been busy. We have been, because some of the things we do for our shows in preparation is design tote bags and t-shirts and all of the things that we have available at the show. Well, we were able to stop orders on a few things, but we still have some. This is our shirt for Lancaster, and we've got the pin and the big button, and a gray tote bag. That's our Lancaster, and that's available on our website at shopaqs.com. And then for Paducah, we too have the pin and the button. But you know, for Paducah, we always do a book of all 400 of the quilts that are juried into the show. And it was already at the printer when we had to cancel the show. So it is printed. It's available on our website. It's $16 for AQS members. And if you're not an AQS member and you're watching this program out there, if you go to AmericanQuilter.com, you will be able to join AQS and enjoy some of these benefits. We also have this available in a DVD. But now, one of the things that we have for Paducah, and I get lots of tote bags, but I have to tell you, this is a beautiful tote bag. It has a zipper on the front, it has a zipper on the back, it has a zipper at the top, and a zippered compartment right here. So if you were going to the beach, doesn't that look like a beach bag to you?
Nice bag.
Yes, well, it too is available at shopaqs.com. Well, Irene, have you or your members of your group been making face masks?
I made about 100 and donated them to local people. Yes.
Yes.
To healthcare facilities and that kind of thing, or individuals?
Mostly just individuals. Mm-hmm.
Well, we all need them. You see me wearing mine around my neck here because even here in the office, if I go into Alan's office and am not 6 foot away, I had to put my mask on. Otherwise, if I'm in my office all by myself, I don't have to wear it. But so we're trying to protect. My mask protects you, and your mask protects me, and so we're trying to make sure that we're being health conscious for all of our benefit. I'd like to tell you about the quilt hanging behind me. Do you know we get quilts in here at the AQS office for different things, sometimes for the magazine, sometimes they're for the Quilt Art Engagement Calendar. And this beautiful quilt is called A Tribute to Lucy Kemper. It was designed by Irene Blank, appliqued by Lee Lussey, and quilted by Julia Kissel. And I believe this one is slated for the Quilt Engagement Calendar. So I guess this would be 2022. 21 is already finished. And so before you leave the program today, I hope that you will go to quiltweek.com/guildbuzz, and that's all one word, just run it all together, and register for the Janome sewing machine, and it's the Janome HD9 Professional. It's a machine that's worth $2,300, and somebody's going to win, but you have to sign up. So go to quiltweek.com/guildbuzz. We also have a short survey on there, and we change that survey from time to time. So I hope you'll take a look. We love to hear from you. And there are also some ideas for things that guilds can do. Quilts of Valor, how you can participate. We work with American Patchwork and Quilting on the Million Pillowcase Challenge, and they're getting close to fulfilling that number. But all of the pillowcases that are made through that project are donated in the local community. And we also have some information. There's a video out there on making fidget quilts for Alzheimer's patients. So if your guild is looking for a project, I hope you'll take a look at those, and maybe you can do something with one of those groups as well. Irene, I want to thank you for joining us today and telling us about your very industrious new Washington community quilters. And for those of you who are watching out there, if you're not an AQS member, I would encourage you to go to AmericanQuilter.com. Membership is $25, and you get the American Quilter magazine and a discount, 20% discount on all of the things that I showed you here today. You would get that discount as an AQS member. And if you're watching us on Facebook, I hope you will hit the follow button so that you can follow the things that AQS does. After today, this program will reside on YouTube. Our channel on YouTube is Quilt TV. So you go to youtube.com/Quilt TV, and then this playlist is AQS Guild Buzz with Bonnie. Select that, and they should be in the order that they were filmed, so you can watch the most recent ones. But I also on YouTube would encourage you to subscribe. When you subscribe, you will then be notified every time we post a new video. And we post a lot of videos. I don't know, there must be several thousands of videos out there now. Some of them are tips and tricks. Some of them are interviews with winning quilt makers. There's lots of information out there that you can share, and that's all free, of course. And so with that, again, I want to thank Janome America for sponsoring our program today, Irene for joining us, for the program today, and we hope we'll see you back here next Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time.